Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I can't hear myself. Hold up. This keeps happening. Okay, hold up. I think it's okay actually. Hello, everybody. It's been a minute since I've done art on stream, so I'm a little nervous. You know, it's been a minute, and I'm a little shy. So my tracking is a little bit weird. Okay, my lighting in my new office is not amazing, so let me... Hopefully that'll help with trafficking. Okay, hopefully this is okay. Anyway, my plan for today is to work on some TwitchCon merch, like last minute things. A few stickers, mainly. So home cut stickers, and then also, if there's time, my friend will also try to get one last thing also produced for me. But let's open my files. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I want to show y'all. This is a sneak peek. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I need to turn this off, because I don't want to get immediately bonked by Twitch. I'm gonna show y'all a sneak peek of my model, but I have to... I can't immediately put it up because otherwise I'll probably get bonked by Twitch. Hold on. Where the fuck? Okay. I didn't want to get hit with sus things. Anyway, because I have a nude base for the model. But look at this, is my progress on my model. Yippee! But yeah, I know I've been working on this model for freaking century, but real soon, probably, hopefully, if all goes well. I'm really excited. I actually, fun fact, this is version 9 of my models, because I keep discarding them because I don't love them. And my last model was a little similar. Here, let me see. I had this. So this was the one that I was originally going to rig and use. But then, you know, I was like working towards grad school and all this stuff. So I ended up not rigging this model. So I put it to the side and I was like, you know what? What if we just redid it a little bit? So that's what this is. So if you're here early, you get to see the little sneak peek of the model. Yippee! One thing though about it is like I'm rendering it a little bit differently because the way I've rendered has changed a lot over time. But you know, I'm quite happy with how like the face has turned out. I feel like this is the vibe I want for sure. Hopefully it looks okay. Because if you didn't know, right now I actually use a pre-made model. And I just like have edited the textures. So if you all know what the Jenny model is, there's a artist and rigger named Jenny. She's a Japanese artist. She's the classic Japanese artist with like 1,000 numbers at the end of her name. And so I'm using that one right now, but eventually I will finish this. So I finished rendering the hair. Okay, I finished most of the base of the model, so the hair, face, and most of the body except for the arms. You can see I've like literally turned the opacity super far down. But yeah. And then the sketch for the outfit is the same as my current one, so that hasn't changed between the two models. One thing that has changed is my tail is going to be bigger. That is going to probably happen. And now I must find the file for the pet peekers. Hold up. 1 second. Surely it won't take me very long. I started stream a little later than I meant to today because I ended up streaming super late yesterday. Y'all were here. I streamed for 6.5 hours playing Silksong, which was not my intention. I was not intending to stream that long, especially because I'm still like recovering from everything, like my procedure and being sick and stuff. But I was just so excited to play games. And I was excited to stream again that I kind of just lost track of time. I was like, I deserve it. I did a lot of really important things today. I did a lot of really big tasks. I was like, I deserve this. But as a result, I ended up streaming way too fucking long. I also went to go on a quick detour, and then it turned out to be an hour detour, which was also very silly. Okay. Very bad situation of the entirety of my drives is such a disaster and a half in terms of organization, because every time one of my drives gets full, I just throw it into another drive, and so there's like folders and folders and folders of just disaster. I don't even know where I'm supposed to find the merch. Because like the older it is, the harder it is for me to remember where I put it, which is not intelligent. Oh wait, I found it. I will use. Okay, I'm drawing Momos first, so I'm gonna pull up the Momo ref sheet 1 second. Where the heck is my peer? I think what I can do... I'll just use my cat one as the sample for it. Edit, change canvas size. Give myself some extra space. So for all my pet peekers, they all use the same sizing. Because I want to make sure, so when I produce my peekers, I want everything to be very similarly sized and scaled the same, which is why I end up using like kind of a template, but not really. It's mostly for size reference than anything. Okay. How can I move all of my reference things in a position that is actually viewable? Okay, that works. Okay. Okay. File. Oh wait, that's not what I want. Symmetry tool. Okay, here we go. I feel like Momos are probably not that complicated for this. I don't know what thickness I want for this though. Like just a little cockroach. I don't know how I'm supposed to put 6 legs. How do I want to do this? I feel like if Momos were to put their hands up, you'd only get to see the top 2 anyway. Do Momos have claws? They probably don't, right? That would be really silly, but also... Momo's designs are very simple, which I personally very much love. I am a big fan of simple mascot designs. Not just because they're easier to draw, but because you can add a lot of personality to them as like a community member, you know? I just really like them. Okay. It's very funny. This has been on the docket for a very long time to draw. But my issue is that I haven't had as much motivation recently to draw like VTuber merch in general. I feel a little bad because I know that that's, you know, where I got a lot of my, I don't know what the word, I don't want to say clout because it's not clout, but like I think I am most known in like the Artist Alley space for my VTuber merch, right? And so it always feels a little bad to like step away from the niche that carried you, but at the same time I think that it is within anyone's right, like any business or artist, to kind of experiment and try new things, and so I'm hoping that, you know, it does okay in the end. I've been, like, for example, I've been slowly but surely adding more and more gacha merch on my store. Partially because whenever I table with Kuno almost exclusively draws stuff for gachas, like ZZZ, like he's a big Hoyoverse person. And so a lot of my merchandise aligns with that, or has been starting to align with that. Except most recently, because I've been doing more gacha merch over the past year with tabling with Kuno, I actually just went freaking ham doing Umas, and I'm just like obsessed with Uma Musume anyway, so you know. This doesn't quite look the way I want it to. Why do I feel, maybe I want to make this rounder. Also, I had a very silly situation right before I came back to streaming where apparently, okay, so I had VGen open still, so I was still taking commissions while I was on like online hiatus, but I did forget to I forgot to remove or like change the timelines for commissions when I was about to get my procedure, and I apparently had like several overdue signature commissions, and I felt really bad, but they were all, I noticed when they were like about to be due / due, and so I ended up turning them in like day of and stuff. Oh, I felt so bad, but my VGen got bonked because of it. They like deactivated my account until everything was done, or they like put my account on probation. Like, oh shit, I've made a mistake. Also, my mouth tracking is really dog shit right now. Also, it's like, okay, I don't know. I think it's the angle, probably, if I were to guess. I don't have a good place to put my my tracking phone when I'm using my drawing tablet. So I feel like because of that, my mouth tracking is really bad. And I know I could probably add audio mouth forms to it, but I'm too lazy to figure it out. I'm too lazy to figure out like audio mouth tracking. I don't think I don't think this model has it set up, so I'm too lazy. Too much effort. I'm wondering if I should move the face down more, if that's... I think this is better. Actually, I want to redo the eyes, I think. I think they're a little too tilted in a direction I don't want it to be in. I also thought, for some reason, I think because of the Fuomoko, like, Pero, I thought I already drew the Momo Peeker. And then I realized I hadn't, and I felt kind of bad because it had been on my list for a really, really long time. Why can't I draw a circle in a way that I feel like is cute? How do I draw a cute circle? Alright, well, whatever. That's fine. And we'll just do a quick little coloring. I feel like I should probably color drop. Oops. Here we go. I'm a big fan of like the super textured pencil brushes for sketching and for cute things. I don't know, I feel like it has like a nice polish to it. Or like, whatever the fuck the opposite of polish is, technically speaking. I just feel like it's very cute. So I am a big fan. I think this is my problem. I think I need to do this. What if I did it? Okay, what if I didn't give him pause, but like... If I just did... So... Almost like a paw. Wait, I realize I haven't done wisps either. Oh my god, I haven't drawn peekers in a million years. I should probably figure that shit out. Oopsies. Also, this is like completely random, but I have recently had to switch my business card, my like the card I use for my business. I actually use personal cards for business, like not a business account, and primarily is because in terms of scale, I don't quite need a full business card. So I use a personal card, and I've been using the Chase Sapphire Reserve, like the big fancy card. But I don't know if y'all have heard, but that card is dog shit now. I'm bitching about it all the time to like my brother and my friends and everything. That card went from being a really juiced $500 like annual card to $800 with like 0 benefits. I'm canceling my cards. I spent a long time searching for like which card would work best for, you know, the needs I had. And then I ended up finally picking a new card. But now I have to spend, it's a little hard for me because I have to spend like, I think like 3,000 or 6,000. I don't know, remember what the amount was for this card. But I'm not doing cons as much anymore because I'm back in school, and so I'm not spending as much money on my business. And I'm like, how am I supposed to meet the like minimum for the bonus? So guess what I did? I bought my fridge on it. It's not a business expense, however, I'm just gonna use it for that for now because we have to buy a lot of appliances for our house still. We finally just barely now have a functional kitchen. Also, hi Sushi. I'm very excited about the fact that we finally have a kitchen because oh boy, we've been operating off basically DoorDash like every day. Or not DoorDash, but like DoorDash and takeout and stuff. Just because like we didn't have a stove. And then we basically only had a microwave. But the worst part of it is we didn't have a fridge. We had a really, really shitty, tiny, like basically a mini fridge to hold us over. Which you can't really put like food ingredients in for cooking. Also, when you don't have a stove, you can't really, it doesn't really matter, right? So we bought an air fryer. So now we're part of the millennial Gen Z air fryer owning crew. And also we finally have our stove, and I'm really stoked, guys, because it's a gas stove. And I was like, this is how I know I'm an adult. I'm excited about having a gas stove instead of an electric stove. And it's funny because Kuno came to visit for the first time since moving. He was like, I want to see your guys' new place. We're like, okay. And so he came over. Actually, I'm gonna remove these bands. I think I want to just have it like that. And he's like, my place, because Kuno also moved recently, and he's like, my place only has like a normal, or has an electric stove. And I was like, that fucking sucks. He's like, yeah, so I'm coming here to cook. I was like, oh, okay. I'm borrowing your kitchen, by the way, because we just remodeled it. Actually, I can show y'all my kitchen. Wait, oh my gosh, I'm very happy about it because a lot of it we actually did on our own. Wait, I'm gonna go run and take a picture literally right now because now we have a freaking, we have a fridge. It arrived yesterday. Please. Okay, first preface, we can't actually put stuff in our cabinets yet. Actually, the can't is a little bit too strong of a word. I refuse to put stuff in our cabinets because we don't have cabinet liners yet. They're not arriving until I think Saturday. So I don't want to damage our brand new kitchen cabinets. So hold on, let me blur out my freaking, there's a window, so I don't want to I don't want to dox myself. Can I change the size of this? What the heck is? This is good enough. So we don't have stuff on our, we have a lot of stuff on the countertops, but not in the cabinets, which is why there's like lots of boxes and we haven't really unpacked any of our goddamn boxes. Also, hi Brad, how are you? But like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I need to show you the before and after specifically. So, cause it for the impact, okay? You want to see the kitchen initially? This shit was, okay. So before we moved in, the previous tenants used to run a catering business. Mama Cat's kind of in this photo, but like super entirely covered up because we're doing yard work. But I'm not gonna, I wanna, hold on. Wait, let me censor Mama Cat from this real quick. So, the previous tenants ran a catering business out of the house. So, you know, this house was built a long ass time ago. Like, I think it was built in the 60s, I want to say, or the 70s. So one nice thing about it is that the house had solid wood counters and cabinets and stuff. So this was the kitchen beforehand, okay? But you can see how absolutely rotting away all of the cabinets were because he ran this like catering business out of the kitchen. All of the cabinets and stuff were just like aged by additional 40 years. So effectively it felt like the kitchen was like 100 plus years old. Would you want a dishwasher? So yes, I want a dishwasher. Yes, I want a dishwasher. So I finessed my way into convincing Papa Cat to redo the kitchen because I was like, ain't no fucking way I'm living in this. So this is our new kitchen. Let me change. So it's a little, here's the side by side. It's not the same angle, but we knocked down a whole wall. So we like, we knocked down this wall. It's gone. That wall's gone. That's what this is right here. And we made it into like a kitchen island, kind of, because if you can see, there's like this thing here and the front door is over here, right? So there's like a half wall and we actually left the half wall because there's like support structures there, so we couldn't really knock it down. But what's really cool is like the kitchen and the living room is like one giant open space now, which is nice. But yeah, we replaced all the cabinets and the counters. Yeah, so all our stuff is on our cabinets, right, or on our countertops right now because I don't have the cabinet liners yet. But very funny is I begged Papa Cat for a dishwasher. So we left open a spot, but we don't have a dishwasher yet. So yeah, we don't have a dishwasher yet still. So it's just an empty slot. But funny enough, oh here, I guess I could show you an in-progress photo. Funny enough about this is that we did almost all the remodeling ourselves. The only thing we didn't do was the installation of the cabinets and that's it, the cabinets and countertops, because those go together. But we did the demo. We had a contractor come help with the demo, but we were involved with demoing it ourselves. I guess we being me, Jake, and Papa Cat. And then we had to actually have like someone with the license, with the permit to install a new support beam because we knocked down the wall. So those are the things that were like, you know, technically done by somebody else. However, we were very involved with the process. How do you feel about fumes in an open kitchen versus closed? What do you mean by like cooking smell? This is this microwave has like a fume hood. So this actually top cabinet here is a big fume hood pipe that goes out. So it's luckily not entirely enclosed. And also we have a window and the front door, which I was going to show you here. This is the front door. This is like the in progress photo. So this is the front door. We can open all this stuff so it doesn't smell. My mom is very, very against like cooking inside the house. She has like this very fancy kitchen she just redid, and she does not allow anyone to cook inside. And she's like trying to convince me to get an outdoor stove so that I could cook outside. And I'm like, there's no way. No, I'm not doing that. But oh, we also need to repaint this fucking door. It's really nasty right now. It's the garage door. But yeah, so we did all the painting. Right, I censored Jake because he's working. But we tore all the cabinets out and repainted everything. So this was in the middle of progress. I feel like it's just an Asian mom thing. I don't know, because like, you know, I think the thing is, Asian food is like, it has strong smells when you're cooking, especially. And so, you know, you don't want it to like, quote unquote, stink up the house. So people, like, I find that a lot of Asian moms are more inclined to cook outside so they don't have to worry about the smell sticking inside. So yeah, wok, big fire, big oil, big, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so I don't mind too much because of how open the kitchen is, means that we can ventilate really, really well. There's like the window, the front door, the garage door, there's also the range hood, and then there's the actual, I don't have a photo and I can't show a photo, but because it's a giant sliding glass door. But this way, I'll draw you a little map of our situation, okay? So let's say this is the kitchen island. This is front entrance. This is island. And then kitchen is this way. And there's a giant sliding glass door. And then there's like a really big enclosed patio. And then the living room is here. I'm about to give you freaking instructions on how to invade my house, but it's okay, nothing expensive over here. We're poor. So like we've got like the little island chairs here and whatever. So because the kitchen is here and it's very open and we have this giant sliding glass door, it's like non-issue in terms of ventilation. Maybe preference depends on space. If small, should close. If big, can afford to dispense through air. Yeah. Because we have the availability of a big space, especially since we knocked down a wall, I think it's fine. If it was like, if the kitchen was still like this, I think I would be more inclined to get an outdoor stove. I have to make a new house from the ground up, so your experience is very interesting. Oh, really? Oh my God, guys. Can I used to want to be an interior designer and architect when I was younger. So I designed my old room at my parents' place when they were remodeling there. And then I also helped design our current kitchen. The funny thing was that Papa Cat, okay, I'm a little upset at Papa Cat for this, because Papa Cat sent me and Jake on this big several-hour errand going to find like kitchen cabinets and stuff and find contractors for it, because he was like, I asked him when I saw the kitchen like this, I was like, I ain't no way living in that. How much are you willing to put down to remodel? And he was like 10,000. I was like, okay. And we actually found a guy who was willing to do like solid wood cabinets for 9.5, including demo, I believe, which like including demo and installation, or no, including installation, not demo. And I was like, hell yeah. And so there are these like really nice, the cabinets were actually like a light gray, which was nice. So it wasn't like super, so there was more contrast in the kitchen. And we had this whole plan set up, right? And we told Papa Cat, and Papa Cat was like, okay. I gave the guy my dad's number and all this stuff. And then I get a text from my dad like a week or two later that goes, I put the down payment down for the kitchen. I also didn't get the kitchen you got. I went to somewhere else because the kitchen that you ordered is a tier 2 kitchen. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I got a tier 4 kitchen for like 2,000 more. And I was like, what? I don't understand. So apparently if you're building a house and you're getting to design it, I would apparently, okay, this is something that I learned from Papa Cat. Okay, so kitchen cabinets have like tiers. So there's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. So the tiers of a kitchen cabinet are based off of the type of wood it has. So tier 4 is all solid wood. That means it's the doors, the kitchen, like the cabinet doors, the shelves, and the drawers, and the frame. Okay, so it has all 4 of these are, and by frame I mean like, you know, this part where you can't really see it very well. But it's all solid wood. The tier 2 cabinets that we were originally gonna get, it was the doors and are solid wood, but everything else is plywood. And now here's something complicated, okay? There's actually primarily 3 different types of wood. Technically 4 different types of wood used in cabinets, okay? You have particle board. So particle board is the shit IKEA furniture is made out of. It's cheap, not super long lasting. It looks nice because it has like a finish to it. They like usually put like a vinyl finish on the outsides of it, or like vinyl, PVC, plastic, whatever it is. Like they have different things depending on the material you want. But that's like why IKEA furniture, when you take it apart, it starts like crumbling everywhere, is because it's made out of particle board. Okay, this is the cheapest. Second tier is plywood. So it's real wood, but it's pretty cheap. Think of it as like the aluminum of metal. Or wait, the aluminum of wood. Sorry, that was not. The aluminum of wood. So it's lighter weight. It does the job, but it's not the most durable thing, right? Like you'd much prefer like steel over aluminum. And then you have something that's like a kind of a 2.5. It's just slightly better than plywood, but it's called engineer wood. Now, I don't know shit about this. I don't know anything about engineer wood, but it's like slightly better than plywood and slightly more expensive. But like the price difference is like a preference, basically. I think in terms of longevity, it has a little bit more longevity than plywood does, but doesn't quite look as nice because it's not like wood. And then you have solid wood, and that's just like straight from the fucking trees and then processed, right? So this is like this is like the top tier, this is like the bottom tier, okay? So the more expensive kitchens are going to be usually solid wood. It's why if you look up tiers on how much things or how much remodeling a kitchen costs, kitchen cabinets that are all solid wood are going to probably cost you on average, upwards of 20 to 40 grand, depending on how big your kitchen is and how fancy you want everything, right? Also, wait, I need a side note. I need to tell you that all our cabinets and drawers are soft close, and that shit is so fire. Soft close cabinets, life changing, real. So tier 2, it's solid wood with everything else is plywood. Tier 3, I believe, is the doors and drawers. Whoops. Is solid wood, but everything else is plywood or engineer wood. And then this, and then in tier 1 is everything's particle board. That's like the shit. If you were to buy a kitchen cabinet system from IKEA, you would get a particle board. Yeah, soft close is godlike. I don't think I could go back. It feels so nice. There's something yummy about it, you know? I don't know. There's something so yummy about soft close. So in terms of price ranges, right? The reason why Papa Cat sent us on this whole fucking adventure is because what you're probably gonna look at for like cost ranges is this is probably gonna cost you 10. Oh wow, I cannot, hold on. Oops. This is gonna cost you like 10 to 15K. This is gonna be usually like less than 10K. This is gonna be usually like the tier 3 cabinet is probably gonna be like 15 to 20. And then the funny thing is there's actually a huge fucking jump this time. It's gonna be like 25 plus for tier 4. So Mama and Papa Cat's kitchen that they just remodeled after so many years of living in the house, because Mama Cat cooks a lot. I grew up very, very spoiled when it comes to home cooked meals. Mama Cat's very, very good at cooking, and cooking is like in our blood. Both sides of my family. So my parents value kitchen more than like anything else in the house. Their house is very silly because a lot of their house, they don't have AC or central heating or any of that shit. A lot of their house is kind of falling apart, but guess what? They have a $30,000 kitchen. Their kitchen is really nice. Their kitchen is so nice. And so my dad, he did this thing, right? And part of the reason why their kitchen also, the thing that costs a lot too, is it also depends on the type of countertops you get, right? So if you want like genuine marble countertops or something, they're gonna be more expensive. And also, fun fact, part of the thing that this tier system, this is cabinets only. Typically, this tier system is cabinet only. But the actual like countertops, they have like 3 versions. They have I believe it's 6-inch, 10-inch, and full. And what that is like, say this is your this is the countertop, right? And then this is say this is a cabinet, right? The countertop, this stuff is referring to how high up this part goes, right? So 6-inch, then this is 10-inch, and then full goes all the way up to the cabinets. So basically your walls turn into whatever the fuck the countertop material is. This is really great for areas like around the sink and around the stove, because it's like a splash guard. But obviously, if you're gonna get full, it's gonna be really fucking expensive. So for us, part of the reason why Papa Cat was able to get such a good deal for what originally would have been like considered a tier 2 kitchen is because he got 6-inch ledges. You can kind of see it here. It's this part. So he has 6-inch countertops, but Papa and Mama Cat's tier 4 kitchen, their whole tier 4 kitchen is full. And also they bought like new appliances as well. So that's also part of it. We already had, I mean, you can see the microwave and stove are the same. They were bought by the previous tenants, or not bought by them, but like they replaced them. So those are in good condition, and so we kept them. We just had to buy a fridge. Yeah. Dude, I'm literally yapping about kitchens for fucking a century, but I was so entertained by all of it. But yeah, so if you're looking for like kitchen things, that's something to think about. Classic midday Miao experience. Yeah, I can't help it. You just mention something and then the tism just activates. All right, it just happens. But anywho, Papa Cat also got a good deal. The real reason why Papa Cat got a really good deal was because he went to it is autism season. Papa Cat went to a cabinet company, and I don't know if y'all know this thing. This is a little bit of, this is like a trick if you are in the in-group, okay? Asian people, specifically Chinese people, are very, very prideful and very in-group favoring, okay? I don't know if y'all have heard the joke that like Asian people aren't racist, they're just racist to everybody except for themselves, so they're like equally racist. Happy Mid-Autumn. Yeah, happy Mid-Autumn Festival! So Papa Cat went to this cabinet company, and I'm pretty sure the cabinets, you know, are on the more expensive side for most people, but he was able to negotiate his way down because he exclusively spoke to them in Chinese. The contractors who came also only spoke Chinese. So like poor Jake, who does not speak any Chinese, was the one managing a lot of the contractors when they were coming over because I was in classes. And so I felt really bad whenever like a Chinese contractor would come and Jake is like man standing emoji, has to call Papa Cat to come over to like manage the guys, right? Because like I couldn't do anything about it. Jake's a ruin, yeah. I will say though, the reason why I was able to get the tier 2 cabinets under 10k, including installation too, was also because I spoke Chinese to the guys. What's taking that white boy so long to learn? I barely speak Chinese, so like I wouldn't force that on him, okay? I made really, really good friends with all my neighbors though, because we live in a bit of a Hispanic neighborhood and all my neighbors speak Spanish. So I've been speaking, like once my neighbors learned that I spoke Spanish, he was like so much happier to chat with me. It was very cute. Let's practice Chinese. 我不会说，我会说一点点 but 还可以，我说的太不好了。Kuna's been making fun of me because I can't really speak very good Chinese. It's always hilarious. We'll walk into like, if we're like going into a Chinese restaurant or something and it's like me and Kuno, everybody who speaks to me, they speak to me in Chinese, but then Kuno turns around as the one who can speak fluently, and he's very brown, so they get fucking jump scared every time. Your ABG accent? Okay, I don't actually talk like that. However, comma, I did not grow up speaking Mandarin. I grew up speaking a different dialect, which is very, to me, the tones are a lot lazier than Mandarin. So because I grew up speaking Ngai, which has a sound more similar to Vietnamese, the way I speak Mandarin is a very weird hybrid accent between like the built-in Ngai dialect that I spoke growing up and then my Taiwanese professor from college when I was learning. But I just think it's way funnier to speak Chinese in a more Valley Girl accent. Yeah, Taiwan is very different as well in the way that they speak. They also like to rap God there, and I'm like, can you not? Can you not? Actually, fun fact, my most cursed belief, or the most cursed thing that I say, okay, I will say about Chinese, is because accents differ substantially everywhere you go in China, like the way, even if they're all speaking Mandarin, right? even if everyone's speaking Mandarin, when you go and talk to someone with like a Beijing accent, they have a really strong accent, right? Compared to like other places, Beijing accent or northerner accent is very distinct. And so here is my example, and then I will tell you the joke. So for me, because my family is Southern, or like, you know, if you go some generations back, the way we would say like that, or like there, like going there, would be like, 这里, right? But in Mandarin, they have like a more, or not in Mandarin, in Beijing, they say 这儿. So it's actually, hold on. So, pinyin wise, right? You have, right? Which is there. But with the Beijing accent, you actually like hyphenate and it becomes this kind of thing. Oops, not this. It's like what is apostrophe? It's like a, what are they called? What's the word? Contraction? You know when you like isn't? It's like that. So to me, as a Southerner who speaks a very hillbilly dialect, okay? To me, Beijing accent, they really like to use the hard R. But it's not the hard R you think of. It's quite literally, the R sound is very harsh in comparison to other places. But obviously that has a really awful connotation when I say it like that. So yeah, I just one of my aunties actually married someone who is from Beijing. The way he learned English when he came to the US was through watching like English soap operas and dramas and stuff like that. And so whenever he would switch from English to speaking Mandarin to my auntie, my brain would explode. I actually cannot understand a really heavy Beijing accent. So even in my classes, so right now, because I'm going to business school, there's a lot of international students taking business, and there's like 3 primary groups of Asian people who are here studying abroad, like East Asian people, right? We have Japanese people who are actually a bunch of people in my class right now, in my cohort. They work for 7-Eleven, or I think it's called 7 Holdings. It's the parent company of 7-Eleven, and they're here to do the whole like Japanese style 7-Eleven overhaul of the US 7-Elevens, right? If everyone has heard of that, it's a whole thing. So a lot of my cohort is these Japanese people. And then we have a group of people from Taiwan. A lot of my friends are Taiwanese. It was very funny because they did not expect me to speak Chinese, and they were all talking about like snacks that they wanted to take during orientation. And then I was like, oh, 这是很好吃. And then they were like, huh? And they're like, oh, and then they just like started speaking to me. And then later, one of the girls came up to me and started speaking to me in like rap god Chinese. And I was like, oh, I can't really speak. And she's like, oh, but you understood earlier when we were talking. And I was like, I can understand a little bit. I can't really speak very much. Gomen, sorry. And then the third group is this group of like further in career people from Beijing. They're a lot older. They're on the older side. And whenever they speak to each other, I cannot even eavesdrop. At least with the Taiwanese people, I can eavesdrop a little bit, but I cannot eavesdrop like at all to the people from Beijing because their accent is just too heavy for me. More Shanghai influence. Does your family speak Shanghainese? I actually have only met like 2 people who speak Shanghainese. I know it's a dying dialect, and it's very interesting to me when people talk about how you know, Cantonese is already starting to die, and it's the second most spoken dialect in China, right? But Shanghainese is always referenced as a dying dialect because it was very, very prominently spoken, and now people don't really speak it, and a lot of the people who do speak it still are like diaspora, so people who no longer live in Shanghai, right? And Shanghai, like, most people cannot, or most people don't learn Shanghainese because Mandarin is the official dialect. So then, because of that, you know, it like has some complications with people, and there's like a whole issue even with Cantonese people where grandkids are not able to speak with their grandparents because the grandparents don't speak Mandarin, and then the grandkids don't speak their home dialects and stuff like that, and it's a whole mess. But I look at that shit and then I go, points that sign, there's like 2,000 people who speak my dialect total in the world. Half of that shit's my family. Actually, what is the number? I'm actually very curious because I think it's gone up in time. Is it related? Yes, it is a Hakka dialect. It's a subdialect of Hakka. So that's why Ngai in particular has a very small population because it's people who is it's a very specific group, okay? People who speak Ngai are actually people who escaped southern China during the Chinese Civil Wars, when communism started taking over, and they escaped to Vietnam. And so they grew communities where they ended up speaking like a hybrid between Hakka and Vietnamese. So that's the origin of that. Oh, it's going back up. 2K was like 30 years ago. 1K 15-ish years ago, and back up to 1.7. Oh, they're all having kids. That's why. All the immigrants are having kids. They're talking about me. They're talking about my cousins. My cousins who are having children. Could not be me. It's so interesting. There's a bunch of Reddit threads about it. About Ngai specifically. Interesting. But it's actually incorrect on Wiki to say, on like Wikipedia to say that they speak Hakka, because that's not true. Also, you don't really speak Hakka. You're Hakka people who speak a dialect of. Huh? Because like, also other Hakka dialects is like Chaozhou and I don't actually know what else is. I literally only know Chaozhou, but I don't know if there's any others. I'm curious. Yeah, Hakka is different. Ngai is a sub-dialect of Hakka. Do you know how to play Mahjong? So, my great-grandma, actually, a lot of my Papa Cat side of the family came to the US. And so, they would always play Mahjong. And I got completely wrecked as a child so many times that I was so traumatized that I forgot how to play. But I'm sure I could pick it back up if I sat down to learn. I'm pretty sure Kuno has been dying for me to learn how to play because he loves playing Mahjong. That's sad, actually. Yeah, my 90-year-old grandmother just absolutely wrecked me constantly when I was like 3 or 4. Not 3 or 4, like 4 or 5. I was barely old enough to remember the situation. I play Rishi, so I figured I could learn the difference and play traditional mahjong. You know, there's a if you are into if you are into mahjong and you want your own set, that's like kind of a nice set but non-traditional, Costco is actually selling them. Costco is selling the like these mahjong sets. But it's $100, but it is it has a really nice like travel set for it. It has like a storage tote and everything. Here, wait, let me show you. It's like, it's actually kind of cute. It's pretty cute. It's a pretty cute set, and what I mean by traditional is it's not green, but like also there's so many different like cute sets out there. But like nowadays mahjong sets are not that cheap, so you can buy like a really shitty set for like very cheap, but $100 for like a nicer set is not that bad in my opinion. Cause like if you look, you can buy like cheaper sets for sub 100, but if you want like a nice set, they're like $200, you know? So if you want a nice set and you don't wanna, you know, shell out like $200, then the Costco set's pretty decent. I'm like looking and there's like so many cute sets. I thought about getting somebody the Costco set as a gift because it's just, it comes with like the travel tote and the cases and stuff, so I thought that was nice. Costco sure has decent everything, yeah. I've been spending an exorbitant amount of time in like Costco and all this stuff recently because I am doing so much remodeling and like having to furnish my home, so Alright. Yeah, I was going to Costco to find originally the what are they called? The like cabinet liners, but they didn't have them. They don't have a lot of Costco stock is seasonal, if you didn't know. And it depends on contracts that they have with like where with the manufacturers and retailers. So the cabinet liners that Mama Cat wanted me to buy, they do not sell at this time. And they won't be coming back for a few months, so I ended up ordering them from Sam's Club because Papa Cat bought a Sam's Club membership at some point. He just added me to it, and I was like, okay. So I'm a proud holder of both. Except I don't really use Sam's Club, especially because where I used to live, there was like, the nearest Sam's Club was like an hour away. Sam's Club is big in China? Really? I'm always interested to learn about, you know, what, how do I say? Like, what the popular wholesaler stores is in other countries. Like in Thailand. In Thailand, it's Macro is the company. I think it's a European company or like a British company if I recall. But they don't have like Costco. They go to Macro. And it's very similar to Costco, but it's a British, I think, wholesaler that's really popular there. About the same here. It's kind of niche but kind of big. I see water hippo in China. I feel like I've heard people talk about it before, but I don't know enough. I was asking I asked my old boss because he is from India, and he was saying that first of all, wholesaling is not as popular there. Like it's not a very common thing to find in the first place, which I thought was interesting. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, it really depends. Costco has 4 supermarkets that's like 3 IKEAs on top of each other. Wait, what? In China, there's just like a Costco of Costco's? That's crazy. Wait, I want to go. I know they have Costco in like Korea, because my brother went to the Costco in Korea when we went, but I was I was sick. Wait, I have an idea, guys. Would you want me to drop Naka Miao pet peekers? I only have a few Naka Miao charms left for TwitchCon, so if you're going and you don't have one yet, please message in Discord because I will reserve them otherwise. But yeah, I have a few. Have fun at football. Sports is crazy. I can't do sports. What is got? Where are my emotes? Nope. I'll try. I hope we win. Good luck! The kids only had 1 practice since our last game because they had fall break. Oh. I believe in them! They can do it! Alright. We'll do a little Naka Miao one. I'll tell them my cat girl on the internet believes they should win for you. Yeah, they should. If they don't, I'll be disappointed in them. Tell them it goes both ways. If they win, I'll be so incredibly proud of them. But if they lose, I'll be so sad. I'll go back on hiatus. Oh my god, why can't I round this cute? Okay, there we go. There we go. And you guys have ear fluffies. Oops. Okay, there we go. And then we've got maybe it's more further apart for eyeball. Oops. You guys have a little heart nose. There we go. And then you guys have little circle eyebrows. Whatever made you guys angry. Should I do angry? I feel like the angry eyebrows are kind of cute. Okay, and then blue whiskers. Okay. Let's do this, and then we need to do, I want a cute pink for your guys' little... And then your paws. Okay, I need the lightish gray color. Oops. Actually, here's how I'm gonna do this. I can never draw the clover in a way that like doesn't look stupid. Whenever I draw it, I feel like it looks really not good. Okay, we'll do it like that, and then we'll... Make it like a little bit more like defined. Wait, Uma Steam Point shop? Wait. Oh! Wait, what's on it? Looks so good. Wait. Send me a screenshot. I want to see. I also attacked him running around my profile? What? Wait, I'm opening this shit now. Hold on. Steam. Wait, how do I forgot how to go to the Steam shop. Steam point shop. Oh, here it is. Your games. Why is Dota 2 listed as one of the games I have? I've never launched Dota in my life. Uma Party Dash store page? Okay. Actually, a lot of games have stuff. I did not realize. Is there a way to search? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Uma? Wait, how do I... Scroll down under... Oh. Oh! Are you talking about Party Dash? Party Dash? Not Pretty Dash? Party Dash. And then... where the frick is it? Where? How do I freaking open the... I don't have Party Dash. Can you only get stuff for games you own? I'm confused. Store page? Yeah, I know, I'm on the store page. But like, how the fuck do I get to this, the Steam Point stuff? Oh, Steam achievements. No? I'm not intelligent, it seems. Oh wait, I see it now. Hee, I'm blind. Whoa. Wait, the avatar frames are really funny. The avatar frames are really funny. Wait, who do they have? They have Tokai too! I have a lot of Steam points actually. That's so cute! What the heck? Mayono Topogun. That's so funny. Is Party Dash still being updated? When's the last update for this game? Because Still in Love is in this. I guess it didn't release that long ago. Interesting. Did not know that. But like now, more importantly, does Pretty Derby have a have anything? The answer's no. Cringe. Cringe! Have I told you the Uma pickup lines? No. What Uma pickup lines? Call me Tokai Teo because I've fallen so far. You're at the. That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. Oh no. Not my baby. Not Tokai Teo. Wait, Sushi, I have a question. Do you play Dead by Daylight by any chance? By any chance? I did not know if you did. No, it's okay. I get it, you hate me. That's fine. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm trying to brain some things. Because I want to play games with friends that I haven't played with in a long time. But scheduling has been a little hard for me. Okay. Oh. Wait, that is an insane sticker. That's so funny. Also, what's extra funny about that is there's nothing in her hands. She's like eating air. Who are your favorite Umas, by the way? I have to ask. Who are your favorite Umas? I'm trying to figure out which Umas I want to draw next for... Oops. I'm trying to figure out which Umas I want to draw next for the big set I'm doing. And, or like the, what are they called? Oh my god, the pretty catcher, like, claw machine ones. And up next I have, actually I could pull it up. Up next on Uma claw machines that I'm working on. I just finished Symbolic Rudolph and ordered her already. But I have, Silent Suzuka. Wait, hold on, you can't even see her. Silent Suzuka, but bald. I haven't finished her. So Silent Suzuka and Spechan are on my list for next ones that I'm planning on doing, but I'm trying to figure out who to draw. I'm just gonna keep drawing Umas until the end of eternity, I think. I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do very many runs recently, and like Champions Meet's about to launch, and I'm like, man. Why is it not? Wait, what is happening? What the? Okay, weird. Gulchi and Tachyon first, and Rudolph and McQueen and Symbolic Crisis, and how do you even say her name? Gentle Donna is very pretty. I've drawn most of those girls. Oh, Fevre? Oh, or Fever? Or Fevre? Oh no! Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who else to draw after, because I have... Actually, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to redo these. Obviously, Haru gets her own #1 spot. That's pretty true. Get a Uma P if you border and twin with me? Okay, okay. I will... I'll get my baby Tokai Teo. Let me see. I have to reopen Steam. I just closed it. Steam. Tokai Teo. There you go. Done. What does my Steam profile even look like? I don't actually know. Oh, it has a Muse Dash thing. I'm not even playing Muse Dash. I'm a fraud. My favorite thing to do. My favorite thing is to be a fraud. I know, she's zooming! Ja-ja! Alright, let me thicken the outer line. And smooth it out a little bit. So it's not like too crunchy. Do. It's the simplest things that are most satisfying. I agree. Sometimes you just gotta make, you know, the most out of things in life. You'll never guess what day it is today? I don't know. I can't think of anything important. Oh, why did that save as a... Wait, where is... Hold. Save as Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I knew you couldn't guess. You didn't even attempt to guess. I called it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the days anymore. It's just like that, man. It's been too rough. It's been too rough recently. Just can't do it. Happy birthday! Not my birthday, but it's okay. I'll accept it today just for you because I'm feeling extra generous. Thanks. But not my birthday. Alright, I think I will... Hold on. Na-na-na-na. Invert. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Okay, there we go. Vivalos is really cute though. I don't know what she looks like. I don't remember. Can you catch you when you raid someone again so I can spread false information? Oh my god. That's so true. Yeah, I will do it for you instead. Oh, yeah, she is so cute. Oh my gosh, her little sailor outfit. Oh my god. I'm so weak. Gold City just dropped the freaking all of the oh my god, where's my all the Gyata girls are dropping. I didn't realize that all of the Gyatas are dropping. Okay. Ugh. It's always so warm in my office. Why do I feel like the vent is just non-existent in here? I feel like if I close the door, it's suddenly so hot, even though there's literally a vent in here. Ah. Okay, let's see. What are the things do I have to get done? I don't have a lot. Actually, I don't know if there's anything else that I need to do in particular today other than my midterms. So I might end stream early just because I'm also still not feeling super on top of it. Ow, fuck my knee. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream early today, actually. I streamed super long yesterday, and I'm tired. But yeah, okay. I will go ahead and see you all. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have classes. I will see you Friday for more Silk Song. But until then, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, or whatever is wherever you are. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.